top order batsmen Shadman and Shaikar are their opening batsmen. And Shadman played a good game. So we
there was experiment the other day, and
yes.
And it tried two new batsmen or two new opening batsmen, and it worked. It worked in that first game. I'm not so sure it's worked since then. I think the experiment is starting to not work. But in the game that it was changed, a must-win game for them. And I was doing the toss, and Sangakkara came out and said that's the change. Totally new people at the top of the order, and it worked really well. And it'll be interesting to see how they go in this game, because in the previous game, if I remember, Sangakkara came in and opened the batting because they brought back Yasir Shah. So it'll be interesting to see what combination they use in this particular game.
As Sangakkara claimed that my bowling department is way stronger, so we have to talk about the man, Mustafiz. So he has been throughout pretty good in his performance. So we'll take a look.
Yeah, very good. He's been excellent, and it's that ball, the one that goes across the right hander. He just struggled to come to grips with it, and the way he bowls that cutter is unlike any other left armer. He sort of runs the fingers over the ball as opposed to down the side of it, and it's caused all sorts of problems for the left-handers. I think that the left-handers, he hasn't had that much success. I think that he needs to work on that, but he's a young man. And also just, at the death bowling to left-handers, I think he's been a bit expensive because he's not quite sure which length to bowl. So that's something that he can work on, but he's 20 years of age. So, plenty of time to gain experience and to work on other bits and pieces.
Experience brings in a lot in the game. That's what we saw in the last game.
The experience counts for a whole heap, particularly under pressure. It's all very well at the beginning, and batsmen can play with freedom, bowlers can run in, but as soon as you get down to the back end of the innings, when you need a certain amount of runs, your bowler needs to bowl a certain way, needs to bowl Yorkers, needs to do the right thing, hit the right lengths. That's when experience comes hugely into play, and the ability to deal with pressure. And Mohammad Amir is one of the best at it, bowling those Yorkers in this tournament. But Mustafizur, for his years, has shown a remarkable, remarkable way of dealing with the pressure at the end. And I think that the more he plays and the better he gets, when he starts mastering that fully, then he could be the likes of Wasim Akram come to mind, all those greats of yesteryear. And I think
must be a compliment for him.
He's got this unique ability. I said it on air when I was commentating, that nobody really has. So I think there comes a time when batsmen do work him out. But I think he's one of those bowlers that even if you do work him out, you've still got to play the shots against him, and that's not the easiest thing to do either. So I think he's a great talent, and I think that managed the right way, used in the right fashion and in the right circumstances, he's going to be one of the world's best in no time at all.
Sangakkara chose to bat first. Dhaka Dynamite chose to bat first. Why did they choose to bat first? The wicket might change?
No, I don't know. I think Sangakkara, as he said, he says that the bowling is the strong point.
Yeah.
So his
nothing
theory
to do
there
with the wicket,
is that, so let's put runs on the board, and then our bowlers can see us home. But if the batsmen don't put runs on the board, then the bowlers have got nothing to bowl at. So,
yes.
He's been one to not always do the conventional thing. Kumar Sangakkara will do some unconventional stuff, and maybe he's playing some mind games with the opposition, because no doubt that the opposition, Rampurada Shakib, would have bowled first. I reckon he wouldn't have batted first. So maybe just playing a few psychological games. But they've got to put runs on the board now. I'm not sure it's the right decision. I think that I would prefer chasing. I think that the results in this particular tournament on this wicket favour the side that's chasing. So he's got a different theory, and it remains to be seen whether that's right or wrong.
Dhaka Dynamites, I'm sure they have the support of their home crowd. The home crowd is waiting to see a spectacular game by the Dhaka Dynamites, and I think that will definitely work in their favour.
Well, yeah, if you're playing well and the crowd are behind you, it does work in your favour. However, we saw, like in Chittagong, when you're not playing well, you're going to get a bit of abuse as well. So, yes, it's nice playing at home, and they'll feel confident in front of this good crowd. It's always been good here in the evening. But they've got to make sure they're performing, and otherwise they could cop a bit of stick as well.
I hope nothing like that happens. Thank you, Alistair, for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed our coverage. Now, you can't go anywhere. Get your tub of popcorn and be right there in front of the television, cause after this break, live action coming up. Keep watching Channel 9.